From the falls of Kanchenjunga in the east to the Guru Shikhar in the west, from the Himalayas in the north to the Anai Muddi in the south, grab your boots and take a hike. Today among us we have the first NIT alumnus who has achieved this very rare peak. An outdoor teacher, an athlete, a great high altitude coach and an expedition leader. For the past 6 years, he has been climbing, training, trekking and hiking in the Indian Himalayas. Kilimanjaro, Mount Elbrus and Mount Everest are the peaks that he has conquered so far and many more in line to go. So today among us, we have Rahul Bairwa sir with us. So we have you sir, Rahul Bairwa sir. और हमें पता है कि आपने किलिमंजारो, माउंट एल्ब्रस, माउंट एवरेस्ट अटेन किया है. तो लाइक जब यहाँ पे आप गए तो लाइक वो क्या फीलिंग थी जो आपको सबसे पहले आई?
So the thing is, what I felt first when I reached at the top of the Everest, I would say, because Everest is the recent one. So when I reached at the top, I was like, I couldn't feel anything much. I was like, yeah, okay, I did it. I reached at the top. I could see like each and every mountain, other mountain like Kanchenjunga, Lhotse, Makalu, and all those 8,000 meters peaks are like below me. Like I'm the above and all the clouds are down there and everything. And I could see like earth is round and everything. But I couldn't feel much. But when I came down to the next camp, I stood with my thoughts and then I thought, oh shit, I did it. Because I was like, years of training, years of hard work, people's blessings and everything paid off and I did it. So I was like, keep crying.
तो बॉस जब आप आए थे इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज MNIT जयपुर, तो सबका यही रहा होगा कि यू विल गो एंड ग्रैब अ प्लेसमेंट देयर, बट देन आपने एक डिफरेंट फील्ड, एक डिफरेंट लाइन चूज की, दैट इज माउंटेनियरिंग. सो वेयर डिड दिस कम फ्रॉम?
So the basic thing is like I also came in this college with like very normally कि हाँ ठीक है, I got good rank in AIAAA. I got a branch in MNIT. I was so proud. My family was so proud. Okay, now our kids in NIT Jaipur और उसको अच्छी job मिल जाएगी. And I got a good job from here. I was working for 2 years in Tata Steel. But from my childhood and from my school days, I'm a very outdoor kid. I always play outside. I always there in NCC. Some of my cousins, they work for Indian Army. So they are also like very always tell me ki you should do something different. So then I decided ki yaar, okay, I'm working in Tata Steel, I'm earning a lot of money and money is coming, but I'm not enjoying and I'm deteriorating my health because when you work in such environment where you inhale a lot of carbon and all those particles. So I was like, you know, yaar, I should quit this job. So I quit that job and then I discussed with some of my friends ki okay, I'm thinking to doing mountaineering as a full-time career. So should I go for it or not? So they were like, initially they were like very in dilemma or maybe some confusion ki yaar, how should you make money and whether this field is sustainable or not and everything is like that. So what I can say, because of this engineering, I think I did reverse engineering in order to make mountaineering as my career. So I thought like, what should I do? So then I start reading, then I start searching about it, and then I start doing all my professional courses. I did my courses, then I start climbing one by one. And then just making a good profile. And this profile helped me to approach sponsors So yeah, so that's how I inclined towards the mountaineering, because I'm a very outdoor person. I like to be in outdoors, to sports. Even in college, I represent college 2 or 3 times as a cricket captain, as a volleyball member, athletic member. So yeah, so I love outdoors, and I think mountaineering is one of the outdoor stuff where I can excel and I can learn more, and also my health is like very good if I go and inhale amazing oxygen with a good view and everything. So yeah, so that's how I like turn towards mountaineering. Yeah.
From engineering.
Yeah, from engineering. And yeah, I don't know, but from engineering also, it's always be like in my mind कि यार I really want to do something. I don't want to run behind this कि हाँ सबको गवर्नमेंट जॉब ही करना है, या फिर सबको पैसे ही कमाना है, या फिर सबको कैंपस प्लेसमेंट ही लेना है. I took campus placement. I went there, I worked, but I didn't like it.
You wanted to do something.
So then I left it. Yeah. So then I left it, and then I shifted my mountaineering career, and I'm glad that I did it. So yeah.
Like you mentioned in your thing that the money factor, तो पेरेंट्स का और सोसाइटी का क्या नज़रिया था कि आपने जब क्विट की अपनी जॉब?
So सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है कि like in current generation, if your parents are like too educated about something, they always bother you, and if they don't know anything about like your stuff, they also bother you. But my parents are somewhere in between. Okay, so they never bothered me. So they always told me like, do whatever you want to do in your life, but don't trouble us. So I was like, ki, yeah. Initially they told me, ki, yeah, don't leave your job and all. But then I told my parents, okay, I'm not enjoying my job at all. So then they allowed me, okay, you quit your job and you come back. So I quit my job, I came back to Jaipur, and I enrolled myself for MBA examination coaching center. So I prepared for 6 months, and I didn't tell my parents कि मैंने अपने आप को enroll किया हुआ है mountaineering courses के लिए. And coincidentally, my MBA entrance examination and my mountaineering course का जो dates हैं, they collapsed. Okay, so then I told my parents, okay, now I don't want to go for MBA. I just want to do mountaineering. So I'm going for mountaineering. And they were like, what is this? How you sustain again? How you make money and all. So then I was like sit with them, and then explained everything कि मम्मी ये ऐसा है, इसमें mountaineering ऐसा सिखाते हैं. So they were like, yeah, okay, go and come back, and then we'll see. So then I went, then I come back, then I again went, then I again come back. So like this, so I would say कि my family is like always very supportive in this term, कि do whatever you want to do, okay, and just enjoy your life. And शुरू के stages में they were like कि हाँ ठीक है, he is going outside, he is just traveling, he's just enjoying his life, and he's not doing anything. But initially when I started climbing mountain, when my climbing published in some local newspapers, local news TV and everything, then my family realized कि okay, he is doing something different, he is doing something good, which is like worth proud doing. They're like, go for it, do what you want, and give your best. Like always my father says, just give your best and come alive. That's it. Because in the mountain you don't know कि तुम लोग वापस alive आओगे नहीं. So my father is already like, come alive and take good decision. That's it.
Like मेरा next question यही था कि जब newspapers में articles आते हैं कि ये incident हो गया, वहाँ landslide हो गई, या वो avalanche and anything, तब parents को लगता है कि हमारा बच्चा भी उसी profession में है, तो एक एंजाइटी होती है. हाँ. तो जब उनको वो एंजाइटी होती थी, तो आपका क्या टेक होता था उस पे?
So my stand is very clear on that with my family. If I'm not giving you any information, that means no news means good news. if I'm not giving you any news during my expedition, that's mean I'm doing good. And if I'm calling you in between, that's mean something is wrong. ठीक है. So मैंने आज तक कभी उनको कॉल नहीं किया during my expeditions. They were like very chill कि हाँ ठीक है यार, उसके साथ सब सही हो रहा है. And by God grace, everything went well up till now. Only one or twice I got stuck in avalanche and I lost my toe because of frostbite and everything. So all these things happened, but still my family always stood behind me, and they always like felt कि हाँ. See, the difference is anxiety जब होती है जब आपको पता हो कि यार शायद आपके किड का competency level इतना नहीं है. But I think they knew like he is good in his work, he is competent enough, he know what he is doing, and he is capable enough to take good decision in that altitude जहाँ पे oxygen नहीं होता, जहाँ पे दिमाग भी नहीं चलता है. So I think in that sense my family is very strong, and they always like घर पे आराम से सोफा पे बैठ के उन्होंने enjoy किया है. And when I came back, they just like heard my stories कि हाँ ठीक है कैसे कैसे क्या क्या हुआ, and everything is like very good. So I think, और मे भी हो सकता है कि जब मैं माउंटेन में हूँ और मैं उनके साथ नहीं हूँ, तो जब उनका जो फीलिंग है, जो एनजाइटी उनका है, तो वो मैंने कभी फील नहीं किया सामने से, क्योंकि मैं ऑलवेज माउंटेन में था. बट उन्होंने कभी मुझे ऐसे फ़ोन करके बॉदर नहीं किया कि बार बार क्या हो रहा है, बिकॉज दिस इज़ लाइक a collaboration, or what should I say, a terms between us कि ठीक है, no news means good news. So I was like, yeah, okay. So that's the thing.
Yes.
So I would say
Next
in this.
question.
Yeah.
So the next question is कि when I was informed that I will shoot a podcast with you, तो मैंने थोड़ी research की, तो मुझे एक term आया avalanche.
Yeah, that's it.
So exactly, भाई viewers को definitely जानना होगा कि avalanche होता क्या है, and आपने कितने face किए avalanche?
So avalanche is basically when in a mountain, अगर किसी mountain में लगातार 5 या 6 दिन तक फ्रेश स्नो गिरता जा रहा है, स्नोफॉल होता जा रहा है. सो बिकॉज ऑफ स्लोप का डिग्री जो होता है, उसकी वजह से जो फ्रेश स्नो होती है वो नीचे की तरफ गिर जाती है. सो दैट्स एवलांच. And sometimes that avalanche carries all the debris, all the stones with the fresh snow. ठीक है. So the thing is, first of all, whenever we go in the mountains, we always try to avoid avalanche prone areas, क्योंकि avalanche prone areas we can easily identify कि ठीक है, इस माउंटेन के ये फेस का स्लोप ऐसा है, सो यहाँ पे एवलांच आ सकता है, और पिछले 5-6 दिन से अगर बर्फ़ गिर रही है, सो वी हैव टू वेट एटलीस्ट फॉर 2-3 days सो दैट फ्रेश स्नो गेट सेटल. ठीक है, उसको थोड़ा सेटल होने का टाइम देते हैं, उसके बाद में विल गो. बट समटाइम्स पीपल डोंट वेट, दे गो इन दैट काइंड ऑफ कंडीशन, तो वहाँ पे एवलांच ट्रिगर्स हो जाते हैं. और जब एवलांच आता है तो वो पूरा आइस जो होता है, फ्रेश साइज, वो नीचे की तरफ खिसक जाता है, और वो जो भी उसके सामने आता है, लाइक इफ इट्स ट्री, इफ इट्स बोल्डर, इफ इट्स ह्यूमन, वो सबको दबाते हुए वापस चला जाता है नीचे तक. सो दैट्स अ एवलांच. सो आई हैव सीन लाइक most probably 10 to 12 avalanche, like small or big avalanche. But one avalanche which I never like forget in my life, like I was climbing in Kargil with one of my team. So I was there in team B, and one of my team, they are going ahead, and they buried under the avalanche. ठीक है, 9 of them, and next day we went, like not next day, I was like, I think around 3 or 4 hours later, we got a news on our walkie-talkie, like we got stuck in avalanche, can you please come and save us? So we reached there, like we took almost 7 to 8 hours to reach there. And then we saw like half of them, like 5 of them, they are not able to move their lower body. Some of them injured their ribs, some of them like injured their legs and everything. And in that entire expedition, we lost one guy because of hypothermia. So I think उसको शायद कहीं back में कुछ injury हुआ था. So he was like, उसका body बिल्कुल नहीं हिल रहा था, lower body, and he was like he was only able to blink his eyes. And I checked his temperature. That was like around minus 16 or 17, his body core temperature. And he died because of hypothermia, then shock. So he died in front of me. He died in my lap. So that's the one thing which I never forget.
Like ये सुना है कि जब हम हाई ऑल्टीट्यूड पे जाते हैं तो हमारी स्किन छिल जाती है एंड हाथ कट जाते हैं, पैर कट जाते हैं, स्किन टॉर्न. तो लाइक वो आपके साथ हुआ था कभी?
So स्किन टोन होना और स्किन टैनिंग होना, दैट्स वेरी कॉमन. बिकॉज अगर आप बार बार सन ब्लॉक अप्लाई नहीं करते तो डेफिनेटली जो सन रेज जो रिफ्लेक्ट करती हैं, सन जैसे ही जो आइस पे गिरती है और उसके बाद में रिफ्लेक्ट करके आपके चेहरे पे आती है. सो दैट्स वेरी वेरी डेंजर. ठीक है, और वो आपकी स्किन को मतलब बिल्कुल ख़राब कर देती है और आप बहुत ज़्यादा पील ऑफ होने लगता है. ठीक है, सो वो तो बहुत नॉर्मल है. बट अगेन लाइक लूजिंग टोज, लूजिंग फिंगर्स, all those things happen because of frostbite. So frostbite is like when you expose any of your body part extremities like fingers and all those things with very like sub-zero temperature पे जब आप for a prolonged period of time when you expose your body part, so वहाँ के tissues मरने लग जाते हैं. So they start dying and like there are like 3-4 stages. like पहले वो red हो जाता है, फिर blue हो जाता है, and then it's like gangrene. So then it's like black. So then you have to cut it because वो सारा वहाँ का tissues मर चुका है and उसको revive करना बहुत मुश्किल है, तो उसको काटना ही पड़ता है. So I also lost my toe, okay, this toe because of frostbite. But when I was doing that rescue, I couldn't feel कि मेरे shoe में sweat है और वो sweat का बर्फ बन गया. And I was like that for 10 to 12 hours. And slowly it's converted. And my adrenal rush was very high that time because there was one dead body in front of me and 8 other people like injured. So we were doing something and I couldn't feel कि हाँ ठीक है मुझे कुछ हो रहा है यहाँ पे. And then when I came down, I saw it and then I treated it in Delhi. Then they cut it. Like, so my toe is like यहाँ से कटा हुआ है. It's like that. So yeah, so that's
like, do you feel कि अगर आपको पहले realize हो जाता तो फिर आप अपना expedition cut कर देते and then आप नीचे?
हाँ, definitely like because of all these things you have to like cancel your expedition because nobody wants to lose their hands, nobody lose like their feet, and nobody wants to lose their eyesight because कभी-कभी जो आइस होती है वो इतनी ब्राइट होती है तो जैसे वो आपकी आंखों पे आती है तो आपको स्नो ब्लाइंडनेस भी हो सकता है. सो वो भी तो ऑल दीज थिंग्स दे आर लाइक एक्सपीडिशन की वजह से कैंसिल भी हो सकता है. सो होता है ऐसा.
लाइक हमने माउंटेन्स की डरावनी चीज़ें देखी लाइक avalanches एंड डेड बॉडी एंड पीपल गेटिंग अदर थिंग्स. तो माउंटेन्स की सीनिक ब्यूटी कैसी होती है? लाइक व्हेन यू गेट देयर the summit.
So scenic beauty तो I can't tell you, okay, because if you want to experience it you have to go there, right? सबसे most important है जो आदमी वहाँ होता है वही experience कर सकता है कि ठीक है how it look like. I think one greatest mountaineer said the best view you have seen when you like climb hard. So when you climb hard you will see the best view. So yeah, so view wise it's amazing like no words at all. Yes.
तो like आपने मतलब अपने लिए फंड्स कैसे रेज किए या स्पॉन्सरशिप का क्या इसमें रोल होता है?
So it's very like I just want to tell you very straightforward. It's very difficult in India to raise money for individual sports because in India everybody is like focusing on cricket, football and all those things. So what I cracked here, like I try to make a good profile so that I can show people, okay, I have climbed this mountain, these mountains. So far I have climbed almost 16 to 17 mountains, okay, including Himalayas and Nepal Himalayas and outside of India as well. So what I did for the Everest, I just want to talk about Everest. So what I did is for the Everest, I invested my savings. I did crowdfunding and I got some sponsorship because because of some like very individual people, like they came forward and they helped me out. But I would say if we compare India to Europe, adventure sports mein India is still very behind, like बहुत पीछे, because we don't even recognize adventure sports as a sports. So it's very difficult to get a sponsorship, and to be honest, I got a sponsorship because I got like MNIT people, MNIT Alumni Association. Because of them, like some of very good friend of mine, very good friend, and seniors and some of the juniors, they came forward and they just gave me contacts for some individuals so that I just go and approach them. That's how I generated money. But to be honest, in India it's very difficult, and still we are like growing towards that side. So whenever I go for a sponsorship, I was like, I have done these mountains, nobody knows about them. So they always ask me like, have you climbed Mount Everest? So then I thought, okay, it's good to climb Everest first, then the rest of the other thing, because after Everest I think I can monetize, or I can be like sell myself to the market कि हाँ ठीक है, now this is in my profile, now you can invest your money into me.
Then you can raise
Yeah,
your funds.
it's like winning a World Cup, then like playing domestic. Okay, it's like that कि पहले तुमने वर्ल्ड कप जीत लिया, उसके बाद में तुम डोमेस्टिक गेम खेल रहे हो, क्योंकि डोमेस्टिक गेम पे कोई पैसा ही नहीं लगा रहा है पहले. So it's like तुम्हें वर्ल्ड कप दिखाने के लिए जीतना पड़ रहा है. So it's like that.
So the next question is that what were the discouragements that you faced in your entire journey?
Entire journey, the biggest discouragement I faced is like जब मुझे अपना ट्रेनिंग छोड़ के स्पॉन्सरशिप के लिए लोगों के पीछे भागना पड़ता था, और they keep telling me कि we'll look into it and we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you, we'll get back to you, और उसमें वो 2-3 महीना निकाल देते थे. And I was so frustrated कि यार 2-3 महीना I'm just अपनी ट्रेनिंग छोड़ के मैं लद्दाख से यहाँ जयपुर आया हूँ, and I'm approaching you guys, so can you please answer me like for maybe 1 दिन या 2 दिन या फिर maximum 1 week में just give me the answer, because I don't want to compromise on my training part. So that was the like biggest discouragement when people come and say कि this is not a sport, we don't invest on individual people, okay, and you are doing it because of your own passion, तुम्हारा खुद का शौक है, उसके अलावा like there is no future and all those things. So that's how I felt कि यार this is like the biggest discouragement, because if you will not encourage people, newcomers, how can we come forward, or how can other people come forward and make this field as their career?
So now we have the last question of the day, and that is what can be the tips that you need to give to the newcomers?
So yeah, this is the best question which I really want to answer here. So if someone wants to make a career in adventure sports, so what you should do is, so if you want to do mountaineering in India, we have like 6 or 7 mountaineering institutes like NITs. So you can go there, you can do your basic mountaineering, your advanced mountaineering, your search and rescue and method of instruction courses. You can do all those courses, and then you can go on some sponsored expedition or maybe self-sponsored expedition in order to make your own profile. Okay? So this is the one thing. Second thing, what you can do is you can enroll yourself for NOLS, that is National Outdoor Leadership School, and they have their headquarters in Wyoming. So you can do all these leadership program with them. So what they do is they organize these leadership program in outdoors, where they teach people navigation, campcraft, mountaineering, some mountaineering skill, or all those stuff, all in outdoors, not in this classroom, all in outdoors. And they make leaders, they make leader out of the people. Okay, so that's how, like, there are couple of leadership schools जिनके साथ आप काम कर सकते हो, and you can do your medical course. It's like wilderness first responders course. So what wilderness first responders do is they give first aid to people in wilderness जब तक उनके पास intense care नहीं पहुंच जाता. So on the basis of all these courses, you can easily get good, highly paying job, summer camp job in US, in UK, in Australia. You can work there, you can make a good profile, and then you can save money, and then you can climb the mountains. That's the thing. And when you climb mountains and when you increase your profile, definitely you can approach any private brand, any private apparel brand, or maybe good brand like North Face, Black Yak, or anyone you can approach. And if you have a good profile, they will definitely sponsor you, and you will be like a sponsor athlete.
Thank you, boss, for giving us time from your busy schedule. And thank you, viewers, for watching this.
Yeah, thank you very much.